Are you thinking of flying your first drone? Well, if you just want to fly for fun, before you launch, there are a few rules that every new pilot needs to know. They're not complicated, but no one really explains them clearly, like the free test you're legally supposed to pass first. This video walks you through all of the basics I wish I knew when I got started 5 years ago. So let's fly in. Hey everyone, I'm Adam with UAV Coach, where we help drone pilots fly safely, legally, and confidently. Whether you just unboxed your first drone or you've been flying for years, if you're flying just for fun, this video is for you. Let's break down the official Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, rules every recreational drone pilot needs to know. First, a quick background. Congress created a rule called the Exception for Limited Recreational Operations of Unmanned Aircraft, which I know doesn't sound that fun. So most people just call it Section 44809. It lets you fly purely for fun without needing a Part 107 commercial license. But, and this is the key, you still have to follow the FAA's rules for hobby flying. So what does Section 44809 actually say? Well, it lays out when, where, and how you can fly for fun. And following these rules, well, it keeps people safe, your drone in one piece, and the airspace open for all of us. First and foremost, you can only fly for recreational purposes, aka personal enjoyment. Non-recreational drone flying covers things like taking photos to sell a house, doing roof inspections, or filming a school football game for their website. However, even volunteer work, like surveying coastlines for a nonprofit, counts as non-recreational since it benefits others. So to keep it simple, if flying your drone benefits others in some way, it's probably not recreational. Second, you have to follow the safety guidelines of an FAA-recognized community-based organization, or CBO for short. And no, you don't need to join one. You just have to follow their public safety rules. There are 4 FAA-recognized CBOs: the Academy of Model Aeronautics, First Person View Freedom Coalition, Flight Test Community Association, and STEM+C Incorporated. So if someone asks you for your certification and what CBO you're flying under, instead of looking like a deer in the headlights, just say one of those organizations. You'll sound confident and you'll be flying legally. Third, you need to take and pass the Recreational UAS Safety Test, or TRUST for short. It's free, takes less than 30 minutes, and you get a certificate at the end that you must carry when you're flying. You also never have to renew this certification. We, UAV Coach, are an FAA-approved test administrator of TRUST with over 200,000 recreational drone flyers trained. You can check it out in the link below. Next up is registration. If your drone weighs more than 0.55 pounds or 250 grams, you need to register it. That costs $5, lasts for 3 years, and you can use the same registration number for all of your recreational drones. If your drone weighs 250 grams or less, you're off the hook and no registration is needed. But, and this is big, if your drone is registered, remote ID is mandatory. And think of remote ID like a digital license plate that broadcasts your drone's location. If your drone doesn't support remote ID, you'll need to either attach an external remote ID module that can cost around $30, or you'll need to fly in a designated FAA-recognized area called a FRIA. Now, let's talk flight limits. You must fly below 400 feet in uncontrolled airspace, which is Class G airspace. You must keep your drone within visual line of sight, meaning you can still see the drone without the use of aids like binoculars. You must yield to manned aircraft, like planes and helicopters, and you must avoid flying over people or moving vehicles. Finally, you can never fly carelessly or recklessly. And looking more closely at different airspace, imagine you're flying your drone near an airport or in a busy downtown area. These spots are usually what's called controlled airspace, which just means air traffic is managed more closely and extra rules apply. And that makes sense. You're closer to planes and helicopters. So naturally, the FAA wants you to take a few extra safety steps. Controlled airspace is labeled as Class B, C, D, or E. And to fly there, you'll need permission from the FAA. The good news is that getting that approval is quick and easy. Just use a free LAANC-approved app like Aloft or Autopilot. Enter your flight details, and in most cases, you'll be approved within seconds. Now, keep in mind, Flying in these areas may also come with extra limits, like how high or how far you can go, but that's just because these are higher risk zones, and the goal is to keep everyone safe. So the bottom line is follow the rules, get approved, and enjoy your flight, safely and legally. And even though you're flying for fun, the FAA still takes this seriously. So always check weather and airspace before launching, and watch out for TFRs, or temporary flight restrictions. These are usually common around stadiums that are hosting games or other events. Also, be extra cautious around places like Washington, D.C., which have strict special flight rules. Now, you might be wondering, are we just being sticklers about all of this, or are there actual consequences? Simply put, yes, you could face fines up to $1,500 per violation, and it might even hurt your chances of getting a Part 107 license later on. That said, if it's your first minor offense, you might just get a warning. But still, knowing the rules and flying responsibly is on you. We're not here to babysit, we're just here to help. And flying safe doesn't just protect you, it helps the entire drone community stay in the air. So if you're flying just for fun, now you know exactly how to stay legal and safe. Trust me, it's way more fun to fly when you're confident you're doing it right. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more easy to understand drone tips. And again, if you haven't taken your trust test yet, we've got that linked for free below. Let us know if you have any other questions related to recreational flying, and until next time, blue skies and safe flying.